Hey, have you ever had an email where someone wants to work with you on a website, or they want to hire you, or maybe it's been forwarded on to you? What I mean is, I've got a website and I've tried building it, or I was using a developer, and the page speed score isn't great. Or maybe there's a problem with it, or I'm just not happy with the overall look of it. And they might reach out to me, Web Squadron, web design agency, or someone else. Now, before you go back to them and say, hey, yeah, we'd love to work with you, we've got capacity and time, and this is what it's going to cost, try to phrase the email you go back to them in such a way where it shows that you have taken time to inspect what they've got. Spend the time investigating their website. If they've given you a name or a URL, go and find it. Go and search for it. Put the URL in. Have a look at the website. Is it WordPress? Is it Elementor? If it's not WordPress, then think about moving the website over. If it's not Elementor, are they happy to move to that, or Bricks Builder, or Gutenberg, or whatever is your preferred page builder? You know, if it's built, say, in Visual Composer, and you don't like using that, are you still going to want to work with them on that if you're having to learn a completely different page builder or methodology? So look at the URL, look at the site, look at the pages, look at the home page. How's it constructed? How does it look on the mobile? Does it flow? Can you see areas of improvement? How many pages are there? 5 pages? 50 pages? Because all of that will factor into your eventual cost, right? You're not going to say, yeah, we'll do your... God, I really do fall over my words sometimes, don't I? We're not going to do a full makeover of your website for like $300 if it's 100 pages long. So have a think about that. Have you looked at the plugins that are used on the website? Maybe they're suffering with not so great page speed scores, or the website takes quite a while to load up, or on the mobile. Maybe it looks like it's more than just Elementor or whatever page builder it's using. So have a look at the plugins. There's so many ways you could do that. There's loads of websites out there where you put the URL in and it tells you what plugins are in. Or you can go to, say, Google Chrome and do an inspection, or just to find out what plugins there are as well. There's loads of different ways to do it. I'm not here to tell you every single way to do it. I like to use scanwp.net. It's free. It has got adverts, but you don't really have to click on the adverts. You just go to scanwp.net, put the URL in, and after about 30 seconds, it gives you what you need to know. So inspect the website, look at the pages, look at the flow of it, how does it look on the mobile, look at the plugins, then go to page speed insights. Okay, what are the scores saying for the mobile and desktop? What are the recommendations? When you look at them, do you go, yeah, okay, I know what that is. Yeah, all right, it's asking you to reduce your unused CSS or JavaScript. Your fonts, they're not being preloaded. Your images aren't next generation, well, that's WebP. They're not sized correctly, well, that probably means that you got a big image in the desktop, and in the mobile, you didn't scale and crop a different version to come in. Don't ever promise a client 100%, because a lot of the score is dependent on the server they're using as well, and there will be things out of control, because you could hit 100% today, and tomorrow the score might be 80%. With no change of the website. What the heck happened there? Well, it could just be the server, and sometimes things do go up and down. However, if someone approaches you and the website, after you test it 3 times, the mobile's like 40%, I'm pretty sure you can get that up to at least 80 or 90% if you follow some key things that we've mentioned in our Page Speed 2022 video. Go and watch that. I'm pretty sure you can get the score up to at least 85-90%. Especially when you realize that some of the recommendations are like, yeah, you know, WebP, images, preloading your font, stopping cumulative layout shifts, ensuring that things load up correctly and all of that. So you could do all of that. When you have all of that homework done, and you're not going to spend, believe me, more than 10 minutes. Believe me, you can get all of this done in 10 minutes. You now have a better idea of the proposals. And when you go back with a proposal, let them know that, yeah, you'd love to work with them and all of that. And then start to break down the proposals. And what I like to do is give them options. So option 1 is we do your homepage and your back-end WordPress, and we improve the homepage, you know, maybe bits of the layout and the performance and things like that. And here's the cost. Let's pretend it's $1,000, okay? £1,000, $1,000, okay? That's just a homepage. It's the whole of your back-end WordPress, okay? So that will affect every page, but we then focus mainly on the homepage, right? Then you can have a second option, and this is an add-on, all the other pages. So does your client only care about the homepage? Because to be honest, when you do a page speed performance check, you're only ever doing the homepage, right? Some people like to do other key pages, landing pages too. It's the homepage which is the key one. So there might be an add-on cost. Let's say the website is 10 pages, and the first one is the homepage, which you've already included. The add-on would be, say, an extra $2,000, £2,000. Because now you're going to work through all the other pages to ensure that they flow and look good and the performance is good. Now, because option 1 already did the WordPress backend, that will affect the other pages anyway, but you might need to tinker with them. So that's option 2. Option 3 is the SEO. Rank Math, Yoast, all in one, whatever they're using. Are you going to work through that? Maybe you might say, well, while we're here, we might as well tinker with some of the content and flow of things and your tags to help you with your search engines. So you add that in as well. Now, what you then want to do is right at the bottom, you want to say, okay, so option 1 is on its own, option 2 is an add-on, and option 3 is an add-on. What you then say is, if you go for all 3 of them, let's just say, here's what the total cost will be, but we'll offer you, I don't know, maybe a 5 or 10% discount. Don't go over 10. 5 is actually quite a bit when you look at the costings. You know, let's say it's $3,500 now. 5% on its own is $175. So think about what you're offering here as a discount. 5 up to 10%. Don't go higher than that. And I'm not saying that because you're scamming them, but you're kind of saying, look, if you go for all 3, this is what it is. And also, when you explain option 1, 2, and 3, tell them how long. So option 1, $1,000, I don't know, let's say 2 days work. Option 2 is an extra $2,000, and it's an extra 4 days, okay? And option 3 with the Rank Math or Yoast or whatever you use, let's just say $500, and it's going to be 1 day. And then right at the bottom, you say, right, that's a total of 2 plus 4 plus 1, which is 7 days, $3,500, but we'll give you a discount of, say, 5%, so it comes down to 3,175. And it's almost like they can take it or leave it, but you also say to them, come back to us to discuss further if there were anything extra you wanted to have done. And that's a key thing. Let them know, is there anything extra you want to have done? Don't say, come back to me if you want to discuss the price, because you're opening yourself up to negotiation. But do say to them, look, come back to me with any questions. Happy to help, happy to discuss more. And if there's anything extra you want. Now, this is just the way we like to approach proposals, especially if we've been contacted. If someone contacts you, I'm not saying it's easier, but someone was interested in you or they will refer to you. If you go out to them and they don't know who you are, you got to try a bit harder. You got to sell yourself a little bit more. But that's just how we like to approach proposals. I'm Imran Siddiq, Web Squad, and I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow, and I'll see you.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat.